everybody, it's Amy Astro here and welcome back to my channel. Right now I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of where my observatory is going to be. I'm really excited. I'm closing in. I've got some plans. I've got an engineer checking them out, and I'm hoping I can settle things with the permit office really soon. But today I got something really special. The folks over there at CELESTRON, they sent me a 10-inch Dob. Now, I'm kind of curious here, what were they thinking? Have you ever seen me look through a telescope? No. I'm a photographer. I'm not into visual and all that, but you know what? They say they can almost guarantee that I will enjoy visual as much as I enjoy photography once I look through that telescope. So, challenge accepted. We're going to give it a try. Today we're going to get it built, and tomorrow night, if the skies are willing, the weatherman says it's going to be clear. I'm hoping it's going to be clear. I really need some clear skies, guys, because I am so ready to get back to astronomy. So, let's get started building. So first things first, let's get to unpacking these boxes. And I'm pretty sure this is the scope. It's a very heavy box. It took my son and I both to bring this out here to show y'all. Let's start with the base, and you know, it's kind of all about that base, isn't it? Here we go. We need a side piece, which looks like one of these. Which one do I need? Supports E. Huh. I was hoping to see little stickers on these to tell me who was E. Okay. Well, if I put this one like the picture with the CELESTRON on the outside, it says to grab 3 screws and one of these. Okay, 3 holes, 3 screws, and it's going to use these 3. Yep, just like that. So let's find the screws. All right, this is the eyepiece holder, a handle. Okay, these are the feet. Now here's a bunch of screws that have Allen heads on them. It says screw F, and they included 2 of these hex keys. Let's see, it's going to be the larger of them. Now let's hope I get this right the first time. Yeah, okay. See, now if I put these up together, the CELESTRON stays on the outside. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to, which 3 holes? The 3 holes lining up down here on this side. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure these line up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Step 1. That only took, what, about 10 minutes? Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. All right, so now I've got my 2 sides done. And the camera's readjusted so you can see me again. I need to start on step 2. Really, I spent this long on step 1? It's not that hard, guys. Really, it's not. It's just me being very careful. Okay. It wants these 2 holes facing up. Let's see. Spot marks. Connect A and B using the 6 base screws. Make sure the CELESTRON logos on the side panels are facing out and the small spot marks are facing the front faces inward. Okay. So if you look carefully on here, you can see the marks are rather large because they're inset, but on the back they're small. So I am hoping that's what they are talking about. These small marks, not smallpox. And we are going to put it over here, somewhere. 3 screws along these edges right here. And I have 3 holes. Well, here goes nothing. Ta-da! All right, that's step 2. Step 3 is all about putting the base on. This one right here, it is nicely labeled. So I need to, this is gonna be tricky. The CELESTRON part needs to face this way based on how I've got this together now. So these 3 screws will connect down here, and this one will connect to the little side flaps, and so on and so forth. So I wonder if I can balance this. Let's find out. There's more than one way to get this job done. Propped up against the box. It's not real sturdy, but if I'm careful, I can get this done. So that means now the CELESTRON tab needs to go that way. And I gotta line up all these holes and use all these screws. Let's check the rabbit holes here and see what we got. All right, there's a hole there, and there. Oh wow, it's almost perfect. Almost. All right, can you guys see what I've got going on here so far? All right, let's get this propped back up, because that was kind of working pretty well. Last one for this step. Okay, all the screws are in, and I can put this right here. Okay, so now it's time for us to take this bottom piece, which has like these little Teflon plastic pieces in the corner, and this is our base that all of this unit will swivel on. So now step 4, we need to put the feet on. Now there's 3 feet, 1 for each corner, and the foot here has a wide opening on one side and a small opening on the other, and that is so this Phillips screw will drop right through. And when everything is all said and done, I'm going to take this end cap and push it on here. So when we move it on our floors, we don't scratch anything. Now let's get the screwdriver they supplied with us, this beautiful yellow one. I really suspected it should have been orange. All right, let's color code things, guys. And let's put this in here. It's Probably only us girls that think about color coding things. You guys are saying, oh, it's just a screwdriver, it's no big deal. And chances are you're not even going to use this screwdriver, you're going to use your own. It's usually how you guys operate. All right, that's in. Let's grab this piece I dropped and let's just pop it in. 2 more to go. There, that couldn't be any easier. Fastest step so far. Step number 5. Step number 5 has us assembling the bottom piece to the circular base, which now I'm trying to lift it, it's kind of heavy. And it's all about getting this thing to rotate. All right, so luck would have it, it looks like they gave me everything pre-assembled in a bag. So I've got the top nut right there. I've got 2 washers. Okay. I've got this little Teflon O-ring here and a solid black plastic tube that went over everything, and it went just like that. Between this and that base are going to be this white plastic piece, like so. And then I can put this upside down like that. And I'm going to take this guy, this plastic sleeve, like so, and let's see, I need a washer in there. That's what the picture's telling me. 1 washer, plastic sleeve. So I've got the nut, a washer, plastic sleeve, okay. All of that is going to go through this hole. Plastic sleeve is now all the way through. The Teflon washer, O-ring, and now we're going to get it through this hole. There we go, get that down there. So now I need the washer and the nut. There we go. The washer goes on this underside here, along with the nut. There we go, it goes on much easier now. Okay, that's connected. They gave me a couple of real fancy wrenches. What is it telling me to do? Okay, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, hold them together. Okay, that was step 6. Let's get to step 7, which is, oh thank God, there's a handle on this. Branded, of course, and it's got 2 screws, and where does it go? See those 2 screws right down here? Ooh, get this right here. It goes right there, so you can pick up this base. It works for me. And this is another hex head. It looks smaller than the last one, but they gave me 2 hex heads. Keys here. Pre-installed on the outside here are 2 screw heads, and they're pass-through. They're just threaded, and that's so we can connect the eyepiece holder. There's days I wonder if I started this hobby a little bit backwards. Maybe I should have started with visual and then moved to photography. But honestly, I was a photographer first, and I'm just up for the challenge. But me owning an eyepiece is kind of funny. Okay, so I'm going to insert this here. So you see I put these in here now. This guy should just pop on like so, and all I gotta do is tighten them down. Looking good. All right, so we're speeding through these steps now. They're getting easier and easier. Less screws. All right, so that was step 8. Step 9. Step 9 is, they gave me 4, they call the altitude bearings, okay? They've got the little hex screw, and you can see it just kind of spins. And I need to put them, it looks like, on this side. And there's 2 screws, holes ready for me. So let's go ahead and separate one. Goes in just like this. All right, so what's next? We've got step 10. It looks like a small thing. Attach a rubber bumper to the interior surface of the front panel. There's a small spot on the front panel that indicates where to place it. There's a small spot. It's a very small spot. Let's look. Unless I put this on backwards. Yeah, I might have done that. So, you know, curiosity here is, I gotta see why I missed it. Oh, that's what the spot mark means. It says spot mark. I thought that was small marks, as in the small screw holes. So, yeah, I'm keeping it the way it is. It looks like I get to open up the box with the telescope. Finally. All right, so check this guy out. He is the Dob. He is the StarSense Explorer, all wrapped underneath here. I'm kind of wishing there was somebody else here that could help me, but we're gonna give it a try. And you can see I have these foam pieces here that it was all wrapped in nice and snug. So let's get this bad boy out of the box. Ta-da! Okay, that's what these little feet in here were for. So this goes in just like that. Okay. So now I need to get those pins. All right, knobs. It says install the altitude tension knob N1 through the slot on the left side of the panel. So that's that side. Okay, so I have 2 knobs here. Very similar. One has a long sheath, one has a short one. Okay, it's with the stair step piece here, not the straight one. So I need to take this, verify. Okay. Take this and put it in right here. Okay. One side secure. That was step 12. Step 13 is to take N2, which is this guy with the straight shank on it, and put it on the right side. Whew, that was easy. That was step 13. So it's secure in here now. Now we have to install the StarSense dock. Loosen the 2 thumb screws, which are the 2 thumb screws on here, and insert the dock into the base and then retighten the thumb screws. There we go. And it fits snug, and I'm going to tighten up those 2 thumb screws. 15 is to put the red dot finder on in. Hey, why didn't I just turn it to you? And the dovetail shoe. We all know what that is. All right, here's the red dot finder. You got to remove the plastic tab that protects the battery in here. And the batteries inside are just the basic, they're the CR2032s. Most of us have them in our pantry. It's a fairly common battery. I'm going to loosen up the thumb screw. I'm going to face it like this. So this locks in secure. There we go. So that was step 15. We got to put in our extension tube. Okay, here we go. Loosen up these thumb screws. That piece pops right out. And this piece should just slide right in. All right, that was easy. And now if we choose to use a smaller eyepiece, there's a reducer that we can put in here, which is actually already in here. They sent it all together as one piece. You see it's just right there. And this is if we want to use 1.25" eyepieces, or we can use 2 inches if we remove this piece. Easy enough. So what's next? I'm kind of thinking it's time for a margarita or something. We are on step 18. Dun, dun, dun. My first real eyepiece. It is a Plössl eyepiece, 1.25", 25 millimeters. You ever wonder where Plössl comes from? There's a gentleman whose last name is Plössl. I gotta look up his first name again. Don't quite remember that. But I do know that he lived in the early 1800s. And he invented this type of glass that is used in this eyepiece, and I guess in his honor, they just kept it that way. But what's funny is he died, I think it was like 1864 when I looked it up, and it was put into, with amateur astro folks decided to put his technology into this eyepiece in 1980. His technology from way back in mid to late 1800s survived until 1980 when we found a whole nother purpose for it. That's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and remove this little cover and let's put our eyepiece in. Just like that. Now I'll look through this side and check out some stars. There we go, that's all locked in. And this guy right here is our focusing mechanism. And once you get focused, there's this thumb screw here that can lock your focus in for you. But it basically racks this eyepiece out and in until you can get your focus. It's really pretty smooth, so it's going to be really easy to use. So you find your focus, lock it in so you don't bump it, good to go. So really, the next thing I need to do is I need to download the StarSense app onto my telephone, and I mount my telephone on here, and we'll run through a calibration and all that stuff. But so tomorrow night we'll come back and we'll get the StarSense all loaded up, calibrated, aligned, and let's see what we can catch with CELESTRON StarSense Dobsonian 10-inch telescope. I mean, is this just not a beauty? So check this out. And I can rock it and find everything. And this is an all azimuth setup, so it will go up and down or right and left. So it does not track the stars like our equatorial mounts do when we're dealing with astrophotography. So this is a whole new concept. It's kind of a push-pull, and they say it's so easy that a girl can do it. No, they didn't say that, but I mean, seriously guys, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So stay tuned till tomorrow night.